fight camp was when you go to your training school or wherever you are, your training camp, your training team, and you normally have a camp between 6 to 12 weeks is a normal average training camp. So that means they'll be training day in, day out, fitness in the mornings, maybe jiu-jitsu at one point, boxing, sparring, and then more fitness every day for so many weeks. That'll be their fight camp. A very scheduled, very high routined lifestyle, really. So when fighters say they don't have a full camp, it means they were either last minute fighters, they were called up last minute as a substitute to a fight, so they only get like 2 or 3 weeks maybe. Some people get like days, literally, fight notice they decide to take a fight on, because these guys, they stay roughly in around about the same weight as the class is normally, so they don't have to cut too much weight. Some people do, but some people can float around their weight class. These are the ones that take fights on short notice. So if a fighter says he doesn't have a full camp, he literally probably got a couple of weeks notice, so he doesn't feel his fitness was at the right level. It's normally down to fitness. He would have fatigued quite quickly in the fight. So if he's not had a full camp, or she's not had a full camp, it's because she's taken the fight on short notice and she hasn't had the same preparation time as the other person has had. So I hope I've answered your question. At Claire on Twitter, I hope I've answered your question. Thank you for sending it in. I hope you're still enjoying UFC. If anyone feels they need to answer a question, more than happy. It doesn't matter what kind of question it is, I will ask and answer it. Send me a Twitter message or a tweet of some sort at Podcast Enhancer. That's at Podcast Enhancer. Or you can email me on podcastenhancer@gmail.com. Any questions like that. Or subsequently, you can message the Podcast Hut, the good people at the Podcast Hut, and they will surely pass me the message on via carrier pigeon of some sort. So right, that's going to wrap up this show now then. So just another quick thank you for everybody for listening and making the show do really well, and thank you, I really, really appreciate it. I love doing this show. I'm really passionate about the mixed martial arts and the UFC, so thank you so much. Like I always say, and I'm going to say it every episode, I'm not an expert, I'm not a journalist, I am just a fan who wants to help other new fans enjoy mixed martial arts and UFC. So thank you very much. Check me again on the Carnage podcast on Tuesday nights on Spreaker.com and on iTunes. Hit us a review. Hit me a review on this show as well on iTunes. That would be great. 5 stars or whatever stars you think I'm capable of. Brilliant. Subscribe. Follow me on Spreaker.com. That would be brilliant. Thank you so much. Have a really good week. I'll speak to you next week. On next week's show, we'll be discussing the heavyweight division. We're going to start at the very top and work our way down. So we're going to start at the heavyweight division next week. I'll have a really good breakdown of the heavyweight division, a little bit of the history, who's who, the famous names, big moments. We'll do that all next week's show. Will be about the heavyweight division. So tune in next week. Have a great week. Ta-da.